The faculties of the mind. Many of you have never heard of that. You might have heard, he's losing his faculties, she's losing her faculties, but what really are the faculties of the mind? Well, there's 6 of them, and I want to go over them with you right now. The first one is our ability to reason. That's one thing that separates us from the animals, is our ability to think, our ability to take opposing viewpoints, decide on something kind of in the middle, see down the future, come up with a plan A, plan B, C, and figure out the different consequences of those actions into the future. Our ability to reason. How good is your ability to reason? The next one is our willpower. After we decide on something, how good are you at actually keeping that vision in your mind until it comes to pass? Or maybe we can even say won't power. How good is your ability to not do certain things until that comes to pass? See, there's so many things. You can't even check your email without being bombarded by different advertisements. You can't get a thing of gum at the grocery store without being nailed by all these different advertisements. And these marketers are very, very intelligent. There's a lot of research that just goes into the positioning of various signs and everything from the parking lot to get you to go in there and buy as much stuff as possible. Just the simple grocery store. All right, so your willpower to focus on something. Perception, our ability to see something for what it actually is and then be motivated to change it or to keep it or leave it alone. For example, I, as a chiropractor, I can spot a crooked picture from a mile away, it seems. But in my own home, if the picture is crooked, I might not even notice it. So our perception, our ability to see things for what they really, really are, not kind of getting into this phase of what normal is or what you think normal is relative to a false normal, but normal relative to normal, okay? Normal relative to just thinking accurately. You spend all day thinking about something. Are you thinking accurately, or are you thinking the way somebody else wants you to think? The advertisers, the merchants, the credit companies, all these things. See, there's so much force, there's so much effort behind that. So we got to be really sharp ourselves. Our ability to perceive correctly. Our memory. See, everything that you experience kind of gets imprinted on your nerve system. Our ability to recall might not be very good. There's certain senses for you that might be more powerful than others. For example, the sense of smell for most people. A certain smell can take them right back to 5th grade in a certain car, a certain year, and a certain song, and so forth. The memory really comes back with certain smells. Well, you can sharpen up with your ability to hear, to see, and to perceive with your other senses as well, all right? So as we go along here, be thinking about which area are you weak at so you can bring it up so it's an asset for you. It's no longer a liability. Remember, you're only as strong as the weakest link in the chain. The next thing is your ability to imagine something. So just really sit there in the dark, think of something that you want or that you ought to be doing, some kind of a goal, okay? If you're not moving forward, you're moving backward, right? In your health, you're either getting healthier or you're getting sicker, right? So imagining as you want it, of course, having the willpower eventually to get there. Now, we got to be careful at this, and this might be something that I know I need to continue to develop, because when we're in school, what do they call imagination? They call it daydreaming. Get back to work on your assignment, right? So we really need to work on our own ability to imagine. How do you like to imagine? I like to go to the beach and just lay on my back and just lay down, and there's something about the sun just beating on me. I'm out cold like that, and I can even be out for 20 minutes. It seems like 2 hours, and I don't know, it's amazing. I just have a very good ability to imagine in that situation. What is it for you? The next one is your intuition. All right, so I said I'm kind of a good pretender or imaginer maybe. I'm certainly not very good at intuition sometimes. And I'm thankful to be married because my wife really helps me out with that. She'll perceive things, okay? And she won't even really know why sometimes. She just has a certain feeling about things, and she says, hey, why did you do that? Or why didn't you do that? And I just think about it for a second. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'll try that. And it's really helpful to have a good sense of intuition to sort of navigate through life, because what we see isn't always the reality. Isn't that true? And life is fast, and we have to make split decisions. We have to be judgmental to a certain degree. Now, what does this have to do with chiropractic? Well, just this. You are a spiritual being, right? You have a mind and you live inside of a body, okay? And our body is amazing. We have the ability to adapt to changes in the environment, to heal from sickness or injury, and also the ability to grow. And once we get to be 20 or so years old, we stop growing this way. We can certainly grow this way or this way. But what I'm talking about is the faculties of the mind, our ability to grow beyond when we're done growing height-wise, okay? Growing with our mind. We want to be sharp until the day that we die, and we can do that if we take good care of ourselves. But when the subluxation happens, when there's a blown fuse in the spine, that can change our body's priorities. Who cares about remembering a special time with a family member or a friend? Who cares about achieving an important or worthy ideal? Who cares? I mean, how can I even imagine something if there's so much miscommunication between my brain and the rest of my body? If I'm in so much pain, how can I have any sense of intuition other than I want to take an aspirin or something because I have all this pain, right? How well can I reason if I'm outside and I'm shivering and all my energies are going just towards adapting? That's why I'm thankful to be in San Diego. All right? So chiropractic, you're smart to be a patient here because you are doing what it takes to make sure that your body is adapting and healing at its best so that you can grow this way as best as possible.